Welcome everybody to Long Beach, California for the Rum Run. This is a boat race that has years and years of history, going back decades of a run from Long Beach to Catalina, kind of an old era, if you will, of boat racing all wrapped up into one. I'm your host, Martin Sanborn. I'm going to be bringing you the live play-by-play coverage of this event here from Long Beach. We have all kinds of things to talk about. This is really kind of a retro race in a lot of ways, and bringing this race back to Long Beach is really a wonderful opportunity for the community. Here is a totally different scenario. You are leaving Queens Gate, heading straight into the Pacific Ocean, and it is big water. It could be anybody's race out there, and it also brings back an element of navigation where you can't even see the destination you're going to. Today, the boats are going to leave from Long Beach. They're going to head to the Isthmus of Catalina Island. They're going to head south to Avalon, make a left-hand turn, and come back here to Long Beach, and they're going to finish the race at the transom of the Queen Mary. So when we come back, we're going to bring you the start of this race from Long Beach, California. You're not going to want to miss a single beat. It's going to be a great race. We'll be back in a few minutes. As you're running these boats, all right, they are now coming across the pier, getting towards the start. Looks like they may have actually turned them loose already. All right, they're just getting ready to set up for their left-hand turn. One of the cigarettes comes across the front. I believe that little outboard boat is the Ragamuffin, with Natalie Fitness and Ricky Ford. That is V8, Hot for Teacher, with Tom Whitman and Kevin Schulte. They are in the lead right now. I don't envy the poor guy standing in that center area there. He only has handholds. The other two guys are securely set in that bolster. There they go. They've made their way around the turn, and they are now heading out towards the cut. Out in the lead is Hot for Teacher, running in Super V V8 with Tom Whitman and Kevin Schulte. Second boat there actually looked like number 767, the ski race boat. Sean Clancy and Kelly Schulte. Back onto our leader in Super V, Hot for Teacher. Now looking at Hot for Teacher running, it looks like we have just a typical swell, but it's pretty flat out there. They're getting a little bit of air, but not much. Looks like they're making a little bit of a course correction, turning to the right as they are outside of the cut. All right, here comes our second start. The boat out in the lead there, that is Team CRC. This should be our second start. P113, John Hagan owns that boat. Jordan Armsey and John Arruda in the boat with Sean Connor. Helicopter right over the top of them. There goes Teams Amsoil. Bob Teague and Paul Whittier. Back to our leader overall right now, Team V8, Hot for Teacher, Tom Whitman and Kevin Schulte. Here's where the battle's going on, though. We got Ricky Ford and Ragamuffin in a side-by-side battle with looks like twin screws. Twin Screws Boatwear, a big 38-foot formula with 525s running side-by-side against the Catamaran with twin outboard power. Just to give you a frame of reference, the speed capabilities there, the boat with us, Twin Screws Boatwear boat, capable of speeds 85 miles an hour or so, 85 to 90 probably at the top end. Oh, looks like Team Geico is broke already. They are off plane. Offshore powerboat racing, definitely a race of attrition. As we go back out to our leaders, Team V8, Hot for Teacher. Beautiful run they've got going there. There we go. Nice close-up view of twin boat screws. Boat Screws Boatwear, all the way out here from New Jersey. They run with the Offshore Power Association up there. All right, the boats are heading towards the Isthmus. It looks like somebody realized that they were off course and they've made a left-hand turn to head back towards the Isthmus. Actually, nope, they are at the Isthmus. That's what they're doing, but they actually were a little wide coming in. What a great view we've got from our vantage point here. The airborne view as they get ready to make the left-hand turn at the isthmus. So we are just approaching halfway through, and there is our leader, Team CRC. I gotta believe Team CRC has caught our leader in their class, Team Hot for Teacher. That's Jeff Harris and Mike DeFries, a 40-foot MTI. Those two guys run a lot of races. This boat actually was last year's champion boat. He's converted it to a poker run and secondary race boat. Last year they were running that boat with a pair of 1200s, and that boat was running just at 200 miles an hour. Unbelievable speeds. At the speeds they're going, they should cover that 26 miles in probably 15 minutes at the absolute most. I would expect to see them coming back through Angel's Gate, or Queen's Gate, I'm sorry. Nice calm day in the Pacific in the Catalina Channel. After all this running in the ocean, here they come back towards the cut. These boats should be back probably in 10 minutes themselves. Certainly not running the pace of the Team CRC boat. I'm sure Team CRC is getting very close to the Angel's Gate. We get a forward-looking view. See how close we are to Long Beach. There we go. Okay, that looked like Team Risky Business. That's Team Risky Business with Mike Bobbitt, Larry Gillian. All right, you know, it looks like our boats are already in the cut. Here they come. And you know what? They held off Team CRC. I thought Team CRC was in the lead overall. This should be Hot for Teacher. Maybe not. We'll see who that is. There's Team CRC. Here comes CRC making their way around the cut. They are not going to be the first ones to the start-finish line, though. You know what? Since the boats are coming, I'm actually going to stand up so I can see. All right, here comes our leader. They are going to take first place overall, certainly first place in their class. That is Hot for Teacher, Team Super V V8, Todd Whitman and Kevin Schulte. Here comes Team CRC. They're going to take second place overall. Mike DeFries and Jeff Harris. Back to number 53. That is Team Risky Business. I guess I'll come back to my monitor now. Team Risky Business. Also actually looks like a 36-foot skater. Mike Bobbitt. Oh, gets a little air, almost stiffs it again. Running it way too loose coming in. Gets the tail up, trips the back end, almost sticks a sponson right in front of the crowd. I guess if you're going to do something spectacular, you might as well do it in front of a cruise ship and a shore full of people. Team Risky Business coming across there, going to take the win in PX, number 53. There's Team Ragamuffin, Ricky Ford, Thaddeus Finley. First boat across in P3, making their final turn. There they cross the start-finish line. Here's number 513, Team AMF Rylar with Tom Hamilton and Brian Devlin. Back to what should be Team Music Giant coming in right now, rounding out the P4 class. Although we still haven't seen Sea Flash come in yet. In P3, that gives them second place in the P3 class. Long Beach, California. A lot of talk about bringing back a National Series race. This would be a spectacular venue for a national event. All right, folks, well, what we're going to do here is we're going to go to a commercial timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap things up from Long Beach, California for the 2007 Rum Run Long Beach. This live coverage brought to you by Geico and Team AMF.